Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay today. I'm a survivor. I've had to live in dungeon programming all my life with being aware of that fact. So some of you are just coming into that fact, that knowledge. Unfortunately, I was born knowing that, so the minute I was born, I knew people wanted to use and abuse me, and that's what it was all about. And then I saw other people just falling for it, and they weren't even aware of what was going on. You know, speaking of not being aware of what's going on, I have let's see now. Oh no. Yes, I have 3 step grandsons. One from my son's marriage yes, okay, I gotta get this straight. When you get older, you're like generations of people are a little jumbled, but not real bad, so I'll get back to the point. My youngest step-grandson is 24 today. I don't know if Doug knows. I've told him every year. So, but I'm on Facebook. We keep connected over there. So, happy birthday to you. you know. Anyway, his name's Casey, and the older one, my stepdaughter's son. She had 2 sons just like I did, and she said she wanted to have kids like I had. Later in life, she ended up getting married to a man that had a son previously, and she ended up having another stepchild, just like I did too. So, and then her husband died, so things haven't been going so good in her life since then. I don't know if you know people that profess, you know that part in the Bible where it says if you don't, like if you hate your brother type of thing, it's not a good thing. And even if your brother was evil, wouldn't you present that to God? Wouldn't you ask somebody to help you pray for that? I mean, I'm not in a relationship in my life where, like, both of us would pray to God together or make that like a actual kind of thing. Like when you have a family or you're a parent or a mom, specifically a mother that knows how to run her house or a business and or businesses, so you can raise your children, you run a business, you can do it all. So you're fully aware of what makes the world go around. You're fully aware of what makes a family and a home function top shelf to its utmost. But if you don't have the same type of partner in your life, if you're unevenly yoke's on you, yoke's on me. There's nothing I can do about somebody that wouldn't even pray for his own brother, hates his brother. And he can say, well, he doesn't hate him. Well, his favorite saying is he didn't like him when he met him when he was 4. Well, he met him before that, but that's his first memory of him. There's I can only say it like it is. I'm not too fond. I dearly love, but am not too fond of my oldest sister from my mom's side of the family, because I have 2 older ones on my dad's side, half sisters. So I'm not too fond of a sister or 2 or 3 of them. The other couple are okay. But, so but that doesn't make me hate them. And that won't make me not go before God on their behalf. Do you see what I'm saying? If you don't work as a team, especially when you're a couple, if you can't muster that for yourself and your supposed or potential family, whoever, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping them, but you're not helping yourself by not helping them. That's the way it goes. That is the way it goes on this planet. You know, if people are so insecure or whatever it is, even if it were that a person's the baby of the family and you're salty because you're not getting babied, because you expect to be babied out in every extreme, or maybe you weren't coddled. But see, I saw different. I saw somebody that was actually coddled, maybe even too much. And the difference between, say, like a mother and a son, some sons would adapt into that coddling and maybe even turn more queer because of it. Others will maybe be a little queer and go out in this world and try and be productive, like within a family, just for the sake of appearances. I believe that's what I'm living with. Well, besides the fact that I'm strong and I work hard, even on my bad days, I used to work and I was mad, and people knew that of me. I work at the same pace. I do, no matter what's going on in my life. I've had to learn how to function in hell for myself. It really doesn't have anything to do with other people at this point in my life. Not much, you know. So there might be somewhat of an interruption. Things have been very strange lately in my life. Oh, I was watching a Robin Hood, and I guess Robin had a dog named Bowie that died. I had a dog named Bobo that died on Xerxes. He was talking about King Xerxes and Esther, and then Jonathan Kleck gets a dog and calls it Bowie. So I had Bo, Robin had Bowie, and now Jonathan Kleck's got a Bowie. But my dog died. It was ran over. And Robin's dog, I do believe, got what my dog Lady got was electronic frequency attacks. And you can tell when your dog's having like seizures and they stand up and they're about ready to fall over. And these are animals that were like babied and loved big time. Yeah. You know when something dark is going on in your life, you know? And why. So, just flat out, I know Jonathan Kleck's been married, he's had kids, and he's had girlfriends and whatever, but that doesn't make him hate women any less. He's like, I've had lots of women, or that was the problem, the beauty of the woman, or what. What a bunch of leading the calf to slaughter rhetoric, you know, like telling other men that just because he was married, he loves women. What? There's a lot of men that marry women that hate them and would rather spend time with men, because then they don't have to be held accountable for their lack of God in their hearts and in their lives. They can pretend it good, but you know, it's just like the everyday things you do in your life, like when you're a good mom and you can run your household if your kids don't get big enough to try and take it over because they've been taught narcissism, to set them back to actually make it so the next generation is as stupid, if not worse, than the one before. You know, then they can't even handle their own lives, and that's what happened to my kids. They were attacked on purpose. And the things, even right now with Doug, I mean, hindsight, I still probably would have had to walk the path I'm walking, but I've always been walking it alone. I've never been stupid enough to think that. That's why I got married on Independence Day. And it's a long story. I don't care who believes what, but I told you who I married and why. When you can't get away from the dark cabal and you want to fight them, then you have to go to the top of the situation and do just that. And that's what I had to do. I know somebody else that had to do that too. First, you try love. If love doesn't work, well, God's got a solution for that. So that's all I can do. So for people that think they're going to psychoanalyze me, just stop. Just stop. My mind was thinking before I even took my first breath. Just quit already. I told you, you aren't going to tell me anything like that about the heart or the mind or my physiology. Because even on the other side of 65, I'm stronger than youngsters I see walking around out there. So just stop. I mean, strong. Just quit with all of it. Okay? Really. I mean, I appreciate the fellowship of the godly hearts and minds. But just realize the level I'm on. I can't say it any other way. Just quit with it, okay? Just stop it. For real. I'm okay like that. I appreciate the fellowship. Everything you do, don't change a thing. Just realize my mind's been in this since I was conceived. So just realize that I'm doing everything out of love and I'm not dense in any respect towards anything that's going on. So, you know, hope I was able to articulate that like a beautiful painting, you know. Hope you see it clear. So whatever happens, happens. But what gets me through, and I mean, yeah, I got a complaint because it's the evil on this planet within the hearts of mankind that I'm battling, you know. One person individually, not at all. There's legion. But because those are the times we're in. So yeah, I knew coming into this I had a battle before me. But some days are harder than other days, you know. So, I'll let God use me till the day I drop dead, but I will not bow to the dark force or anybody's nonsense, like psychologists and psychiatrists out there trying to normalize things that are ill repute. Just, you need to back down for your own sake and the sake of others. If there's any inkling of any semblance of humanity in you, for yourself even, you're going to back down with all your baloney because you aren't helping yourself. You certainly don't help me like that. And I'm not talking to one person in particular. Now, there is somebody that's younger that is a lot like me. Very much so. When I can see that somebody's got things inside of them that belong to God, I'm going to protect you like that. And sometimes my anger towards a person will come off like, because I know you know better in everything. So, but I still want to speak my mind. Anybody would want to if there's something that we can see somebody in the future. But you know what you're going to say today is going to help get them there. Well, if you are around somebody that doesn't want to get to their future because they're content being king of this, whatever this is, excuse me, then you really can't communicate like you want to on that level. There'll always be something lacking. Always. It's an empty feeling that cannot be filled in the flesh. It's just like describing God. What is God? You can't describe him as a tree or even just a spirit, or that you cannot describe everything that God is. He's not a tree. You know, he's not man and woman. We're man and woman. The Spirit of God is not. You can't combine the two physical things as God's emotional being, because that's where he is oneness. That's it. Without me, without you, that's him. He made us. It's like I wasn't a mom before I had children. I was by myself. Were my kids in me as eggs? Not for a while. The program of it all from God was there. It's not anything to do with me. Well, it is to do with me, but I mean, it's not of my doing in this physical. Like I say, God cannot be described as man-woman combination. Want to throw dog, bunny, tree, plastic, material. Why don't you throw everything in there, a rock, and just say, it's got to depict everything, everything. And then spirit. How do you draw a spirit that can make a dog, a bunny, a man, a woman? But a dog and a bunny, or a bunny and a woman, they're not the same thing. And God is not just that woman or that bunny. He's the energy that made them. You cannot describe who God is in physical terms or language. There's no possible way. I can't conceive. There's more. But wait, there's more. And if anybody tells you they can describe God on this physical plane with words, they're deceiving you. And if they're trying to describe God as man and woman combination, on this planet they work as a team. Normally, you can get the essence of who God is in your mind, your heart, and your soul. But the description of the entity, God himself, cannot be described in physical terms. And any priest, preacher, rabbi, spiritualist, whoever they are, that can tell you, they can tell you of God, is a liar. Because they're already describing him wrong in the physical. They're describing us as a combination of man and woman stuck together, which is not true. If I were taken from Doug's side, somebody could come in and grab me, I'd be taken from his side. I rib you not. Now, rib is a kid, is a joke. It's all in the language. What I'm telling you is true. And I can't seem to get through to anybody with any common sense that can look in the mirror as a man or a woman and understand that God cannot be depicted in the physical at all. It's as much as a worm or a loaf of bread. And that singularity, or even two of them combined, doesn't even scratch the surface of the essence of the description of the Spirit of God. And no, God is not just a spirit. He works in the spiritual. He works in the ether. He works in the physical. And from what I understand, there's more beyond physics that our minds can't conceive. Most of us, because they're not open enough to know more knowledge than what they're playing with in their tiny little universe. And una, by the way, implies verse. Those two words put together implies more than one, which isn't true. Because even outside of the universe, just say if it were dark matter and light, and then material stuff, it's still all one thing. And that's the energy of God. You can't even scratch the surface of that with pretending that men are half woman and whatever the rest of their shit. I shared Waking with JP yesterday. Planet Fitness. Let a man, they've got it in their policies where a man can come in the woman's bathroom. He was shaving in there, pretending he was a woman, shaving in the woman's bathroom in front of a little girl wrapped in a towel. And this one woman was so uncomfortable. She took a picture of it and approached the people that ran that gym, and they canceled her membership. Well, a lot of people now are canceling their memberships because these freaks are making it so women are unsafe in their own, what used to be a protected area for women or children, is no longer a protection area in a private, paid for gym it's not even a public bathroom. You would have to pay to go and let your child sit naked in front of a man shaving in your bathroom with the same rights to them facilities. Yeah, the gym equipment, not posing as a woman in front of a baby, you know. So there's a lot of degradation on this planet that I will never overlook. Nothing, not one thing. And if people are too stupid to catch up, you can't get with the program and understand that you cannot speak for God. You can speak, He can speak through you, but you can't read words that you think from your interpretation is actual fact the way you're interpreting it. Now let me clear up something that was a little joke that a rabbi missed the other day when I was saying that don't look at a woman with a brightly colored shirt, or God forbid a filthy, especially a Gentile, but I didn't say that part, woman when she's menstruating, and God forbid don't let her in the temple. I didn't say that either, but yes, I understand what that means, that a man isn't supposed to come onto a woman when she's menstruating. And that's the temple of our bodies. And I understand. I understood. I made a very dark joke that was missed. I'm not going to apologize because I'm way beyond where you think I am. So, yeah, I'm sort of sorry. Sorry, sort of, if that makes sense. So, yeah, am I Miss Know-It-All? Hell no. I know what needs to be known. Yeah, I know things that people don't know because they don't open their hearts. It's not opening your mind. You have to tear down those walls, tear down those barriers you've put up to protect yourself. If you can't do that, you can't even help yourself. Firstly, if there's something that you're doing like hating your brother, if you're walking around every day living in sin, whether it's hateful, lustful, whatever, greedy, whatever, this is something that's vile in your life every day. Or, if you're envious of somebody's big house, car, or whatever, you've got this shadow, this cloud, like Pigpen out of Charles Schultz's Snoopy comment, with his dust following him. It's just, everybody loves him anyway. They're his friend. They want to help him. But they do make it known that he's dirty, you know. You don't overlook things like that, We can't. We have to make it known. If it isn't known, if it isn't exposed, it can't be remedied. So, yeah, I did make a very dark joke. I do that sometimes. I want to see if anybody's ever going to catch it. And it's like, because people think because of the amount of books that they read. See, listen, I got key points as I was being raised, even within my language, and you can tell if you're affiliated in that select group that I have the lingo. So where did I get that? I don't need it from you. Do you understand? I already have it in me. So if we can be friends beyond that and share things, yeah. But in that respect, what I got from God can't be taught by a man, and I trust no man or woman on this planet. I can't afford to. I love everybody, but trust, that's a whole nother thing, Yeah, that needs to be earned. You can say the same as me. You don't know me from Adam. Neither do I, right? No, I do. I can define a woman for you. A man and a woman. First off, none of us walking on this planet is God. Period. You might be an offspring of His, because we all are, in the same respect. That energy has no birthright. That belongs to God. That's His. If He wants to crown somebody with glory, that's a gift. That has nothing to do with anybody's age or position, or that's a gift He put in your or I or me in our souls, and that's a true gift. And if you know you're gifted like that, it doesn't matter what anybody says. They can say that they're the oldest, they have a birthright, they could say. But if God gave them gifts and they threw their gifts away and they want to take yours, well, how ungrateful can you get? You know? Because God does give us what we need. But are you aware of that, you know? I know He sent me to be a great big helper for some really low vibing creep asses that are unappreciative and void of love. And they have their chance to step up to the plate and hit a home run or fail. You're out. You know, take your pick. Either hit it out of the park or you won't get past. I'll strike you out. I was the best pitcher in Minneapolis and Little League. So, and I will strike you out. If you're not good enough, you probably ain't even going to be able to step up to the plate. And if I let you, in my game this is, of baseball, softball, if I let you even get up to the plate, because, yeah, I would be in control of that game. So, in my game, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to make it very clear that I'm really not learning anything new as far as how this physical matter functions and what you can do within your life. It's hard for me to be that example, although I am, you just don't see it. When I'm being attacked from every angle by all different reasons, insecurity, jealousy, just pure hatred, meanness, greed. There's a lot of reasons why different people would try and oppose me. And Satan tells them all that's going to be their position because that's the way he operates towards God. That's what it is right there. He thinks he can do it better. Well, he's done a bang-up job on this planet. Look at the way it is. God's not running it, is he? He's going to soon, but he keeps giving people chances, and they don't see the opportunities before he gets pissed, and then it's too late, you know? And I can't do anything about it if it gets to that point. Right now, all I can do is plead for people to see a little differently than it is about humility with all of us. So we're either a team or you're not on the team. It's the way that is. So I will be back tomorrow unless something horrible happens to me. Who knows, right? Yeah, but I'm always okay inside, even if it doesn't seem like it. So, yeah, just chill with the teaching stuff. Because, yeah, although I like the fellowship, I do see things that other people might not see, which sounds a little, or let me express it like this. Like I said before, I grew up knowing things that a lot of people just didn't know. That's just the way it is. I can't say it any clearer. God put it there for people to use in this time. That's why it was made, evidently. And so here I am. I love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night or day, wherever you're at.